Level 1, the junior analyst. You're 22, wearing a suit you can't afford, riding a packed subway that smells like coffee and ambition. Your badge doesn't say power, it says visitor. You still have to be escorted. On your first day, HR shows you a slideshow about ethics, conflicts of interest, material non-public information. When in doubt, ask compliance. Everyone nods like they're listening. Nobody is. Your desk is a narrow strip of laminate wedged between two louder desks, two monitors, a Bloomberg terminal that costs more than your parents' car. You learn the keyboard shortcuts like prayers. You learn the firm's real religion. Be fast, be right, don't be noticed. Your job is numbers, clean numbers, presentable numbers. You build models that pretend the future is a spreadsheet. Revenue growth here, margin expansion there. A neat little discount rate that turns uncertainty into a single percentage. At 9:40 p.m., your associate pings you. Update the comps tonight. At 11:15 p.m., why is your multiple wrong? At 1:07 a.m. Fix it, client on at 7. You don't sleep, you nap in increments. You start measuring your life in deadlines. You tell yourself it's temporary, 2 years, then private equity, or business school, or anything with daylight. That's what everyone says. It's a story you repeat to make the hours feel like an investment instead of a sentence. Level 2, the machine. You become useful. You stop asking where the numbers come from and start asking how fast you can turn them into a deck. You learn which executives speak in truth and which speak in fog. You learn that headwinds means we missed. You learn that strategic alternatives means we're desperate. Your phone vibrates constantly. Not friends, not family, work, always work. Your screen is full of tiny lies that are technically allowed. You don't change reality. You frame it. You highlight what helps and bury what hurts. You learn that persuasion can be formatted in 12-point font. Compliance sits on another floor like a distant weather system. Everyone knows it exists. Nobody wants to be caught in it. You sign your certifications, you click the boxes, you attest you have no inside information. You don't, you tell yourself. You're just tired. Then you get staffed on a live deal, a real one. A household name company, a possible acquisition, code name on every email, a clean team, a Chinese wall, words meant to sound like safety. Your associate leans over your shoulder and says, "Lo, don't talk about this anywhere. Not in elevators, not at bars, not at home." He says it like he's warning you about a stalker, like the deal itself is listening. You're given access to a data room, financials that aren't public, forecasts that would move a stock in seconds. One spreadsheet shows the next quarter's revenue before the world is allowed to know it exists. Your stomach tightens. Not because you're planning anything, because you suddenly understand what material feels like. It feels like weight. It feels like holding a secret that has a dollar sign attached. Level 3, the first crack. It happens on a Thursday after midnight, with your eyes burning and your hands shaking slightly from too much caffeine. You step outside the building for air. The city is quiet in that rare way it gets when normal people are asleep. You check your phone and see a message from your college friend, Maya. She works at a financial news site. She's still awake too. Are rumors true about company? She texts. Hearing something big. You stare at the message. Your finger hovers. You don't answer. You can't. You won't. But your brain doesn't stop working just because your morals told it to. You walk back inside and ride the elevator up with a managing director who smells like expensive cologne and certainty. He doesn't look at you. He talks into his phone like you're furniture. "Yeah," he says. "If this lands, it's a home run. We'll be across the wall before the street even sniffs it." He laughs quietly, like the market is a joke only he understands. At your desk, the model is open. The numbers are undeniable. If the deal goes through, the stock doesn't drift up. It jumps. The kind of jump that changes someone's year. Your bonus you already know won't change your life. Not really. Rent will still be rent. Student loans will still be there. You'll still be answering pings at 1 a.m. for people who don't know your middle name. And then the smallest thing happens, so small you could deny it even to yourself. You open your personal bank app, you look at your balance, you do the math, you imagine what enough would feel like. You close the app. You tell yourself you're not that person. Your phone buzzes again. Unknown number, no name, no context. One line, I know what deal you're on. If you want to make real money, don't waste it. You don't reply, but you also don't delete it. Because now the secret isn't just heavy, now it's priced. Level 4, the Whisper Network. You don't sleep that night, not because you're working, because you're replaying the text. I know what deal you're on. In your world, that sentence is a weapon. The deal is supposed to be sealed behind NDAs and access logs and need to know. If a stranger knows, then the walls aren't walls. They're cardboard. At 8:12 a.m. the next morning, another text arrives, same number. Lobby coffee shop, 6:30 p.m. Come alone. You tell yourself you won't go. You tell yourself it's bait, a journalist, a compliance test, a cop. Then you remember, nobody tests junior analysts. They crush them, quietly. At 6:29 p.m., you're in the lobby anyway, pretending you're waiting for a friend. Your badge is hidden. Your shoulders are tight. Your eyes keep flicking to reflections in glass. A man sits 2 tables away. Late 30s, neutral face. Clothes that don't signal money but don't scream broke. The most forgettable kind of expensive. He doesn't introduce himself with a name. He introduces himself with proof. He says your full name, your group, your start date, the university you went to, the fact that you were staffed on the live deal last week, and that the managing director calls it a home run. He stirs his coffee like he's discussing the weather. I'm not asking for spreadsheets, he says. I'm asking for timing. Is it real or is it dead? You don't answer. You can feel your heartbeat in your throat. He leans back. You want to pretend you're clean? Fine. But the street already plays this game. I'm just offering you a seat at the table. You stand up to leave. He doesn't grab you. He doesn't threaten you out loud. He just says one more sentence calmly, like he's doing you a favor. If I can find you, so can anyone. If you walk away, you're still exposed. At least with me, you get paid for the risk you're already carrying. You sit back down. Level 5, the first test. He asks something small, not a number, not a document, a yes or no that still changes everything. Is it happening this quarter? Your mouth goes dry. The compliance slideshow flashes in your mind, material non-public information. Timing is material. You know that. He knows that. That's why he's asking. You don't say yes. You don't say no. You say, I can't talk about that. He nods like you just confirmed it. Great, he says. That's all I needed. He stands up, drops cash on the table, and walks away without looking back. No dramatic exit. No movie villain grin. Just a normal man blending into a normal crowd. 2 days later, the stock spikes on a rumor, not a confirmation, just a whisper in the financial press. The market reacts anyway because the market is addicted to maybe. Your phone buzzes. Good instincts. The unknown number texts. You can be useful. You stare at the screen and feel something you hate admitting. Relief. Because the first time you cross a line, you want it to matter. You want the universe to react. You want consequences or rewards. Anything but silence. Level 6, the rationalizations. You tell yourself you didn't trade. You tell yourself you didn't really say anything. You tell yourself rumors were already out there. Then you open your budget again. Rent, loans, credit cards, the quiet panic of never catching up. You think about the managing director laughing in the elevator. You think about home runs. You think about who gets rich first. You create a second version of yourself in your head. A version that doesn't break rules. A version that just reads signals. A version that deserves to win for once. A week later, the unknown number asks again, is the board aligned? Your reply is 2 words you can pretend mean nothing. Seems likely, that's all. The next morning, you notice something strange. Your stress feels different. It's not just fear now, it's anticipation. Like you're waiting for a roulette wheel to stop spinning. Your brokerage app is already on your phone. It's been there for years, unused, like a loaded gun in a drawer. This time, you don't close it. You place a trade that feels small compared to the size of the market. A drop in an ocean? You tell yourself nobody could notice. You tell yourself it's just to prove a point. When the deal is announced, the stock jumps like your model said it would. Your account balance changes in a single day more than your paycheck changes in a month. You don't celebrate, you don't smile. You just sit very still because you've learned something irreversible. The rules aren't enforced by morality. They're enforced by probability. Level 7, the shadow of enforcement. The firm sends out a firm-wide email about heightened regulatory scrutiny. Another bank got hit with subpoenas. Another trader got walked out. At your desk, your associate jokes, "Don't do crimes, guys," like it's a meme. You laugh at the right volume. Then you get a calendar invite. Compliance check-in. 15 minutes. Mandatory. No context, no agenda. Just a time in a conference room. Your skin goes cold because you remember something you try not to remember. The firm monitors personal trading. They don't catch everyone. They catch patterns. You scroll back through your trades with your thumb, each swipe feeling like digging deeper into a grave you made yourself. Your phone buzzes again. Breathe, the unknown number texts. If they're calling you in, it means they don't have it yet. It's meant to be comforting. It isn't. You walk to the conference room, your badge clicks against your belt with each step, loud in the hallway. You open the door. 2 people are inside. One is from compliance. The other is someone you've never seen before. No firm logo, no banker posture, just a plain suit and a notebook already open. He looks up at you like he's been waiting. "Have a seat," he says. "We're going to ask you a few questions." Level 8, the questions. The compliance officer smiles, like this is routine. The plain suit man doesn't smile at all. "This won't take long," compliance says. "We're doing standard reviews around personal trading and information barriers." The plain suit man flips a page in his notebook. "Walk me through your role on the deal," he says. "What you accessed, when you accessed it, who you spoke to." You answer with the safe version of your life. You describe models, you describe meetings, you describe late nights that blur together. You keep your voice steady. He asks about your phone, not your firm phone, your personal phone. "Any outside contacts asking you about this transaction?" he says. You feel your body try to do 2 things at once: stay calm and run. "No," you say. Simple, clean. A single syllable that holds up an entire collapsing structure. He nods like he expected that. He slides a printed sheet across the table. It's a timeline. Your badge swipes, your data room logins, your personal trades, dates and times stacked like evidence bricks. There's nothing that says crime in bold letters. That's not how these things work. It's worse than that. It's pattern. It's coincidence that doesn't look like coincidence anymore. "You understand why we're asking," the plain suit man says. You do, because the rules aren't enforced by intention. They're enforced by optics, and your optics are starting to look like a confession. Level 9, the narrow escape. They don't arrest you in the conference room. They don't even accuse you directly. They do something more corporate, more precise. They put you on restricted status. No more live deals. No more sensitive meetings. You're reassigned to coverage work that feels like exile. Your access shrinks. Your future shrinks with it. Compliance ends with a smile that doesn't reach the eyes. "Just be careful," she says. "The regulators are very focused right now." The plain suit man stands last. "If you remember anything else," he says, "call us. Remember, like truth is something you misplaced." You walk out and the hallway feels too bright, too normal. People are laughing at someone's joke near the printer. Someone is eating salad at their desk, like the world isn't built on secrets. Your phone buzzes the second you're alone. "I told you," the unknown number texts. They don't have it. You type, "Who are you?" You delete it. You type, "Stop texting me." You delete that too, because the ugliest truth has already settled in. You don't want it to stop. Not entirely. You want the fear gone. You want the money to stay. Your bonus comes in. It's fine. It's not freedom. It's not the number you saw on your screen the day the stock jumped. And now you're restricted at work. less deal exposure, fewer chances to get lucky, fewer ways to justify why you deserve what you took. That's when the unknown number offers you the next step. Your bank life is over, it texts. If you want to keep winning, come buy side. Buy side. Hedge funds, family offices, places where the line between research and rumor is always conveniently blurry. You tell yourself you'll ignore it. You tell yourself you learned your lesson. Then you look at your account again. You look at the city outside your window. You think about how quickly a person can get used to extra zeros. Level 10, the trade that breaks you. You take a meeting after work with a recruiter, then another, then another. You practice sounding ambitious instead of scared. A fund offers you a role, better title, better pay, more upside, they say, smiling like they invented gravity. You accept. On your last day at the bank, your manager shakes your hand and says, "Don't be a stranger." You smile and promise you won't. You both know you will. At the fund, the pressure changes shape. It's not about decks and formatting anymore. It's about performance. Numbers that update every second. A scoreboard that never turns off. A senior PM takes you for coffee and says, casually, "Information is everywhere. Some people are just better at hearing it." You understand what he's really saying. It's the same game with cleaner suits. Months pass. You make money, you lose money, you chase the feeling of the first win, the one that made you feel like you cracked reality. Then, one morning, your phone rings. Not a text, a real call, unknown number. You answer because you can't help yourself. "Don't trade today," the voice says, calm, certain. There's heat, like your meat and the world is a pan. You hang up, your hands are sweating. You tell yourself you'll listen, you tell yourself you're done. At 10:17 a.m., a breaking news headline flashes across your screen. A company in your sector is about to announce something massive. The stock starts moving before the announcement. Not just a drift, an ugly informed lurch. You stare at it. You feel the old itch in your fingertips. You tell yourself, "If I don't trade, I'm safe. If I trade, I'm rich." You place the trade, and for a few hours, it works. The price jumps. Your P and L spikes. The office energy changes around you. People walking faster, voices sharper, everyone pretending they're calm. At 6:03 p.m., two men in plain suits are waiting in the lobby. They say your name like they already own it. "We have a few questions," one says. "This won't take long." This time, it isn't compliance. This time, it's federal. Your lawyer tells you to say nothing. Your fund tells you they'll review the situation. Your friends stop texting back. Your family asks what's happening, and you give them the same careful half-truths you've been living on for years. Weeks later, you see your face on a news article. Analyst turned trader, charge an insider trading scheme. They use a picture from your LinkedIn, the one where you look young and clean and proud. The unknown number never texts again. Of course it doesn't. It was never there to save you. It was there to use you until you were disposable. You sit alone in an apartment that suddenly feels temporary. You think about the ethics slideshow on your first day. You think about how everyone nodded. You think about how nobody meant it. And somewhere, right now, a new junior analyst is walking into a glass tower for the first time. Visitor badge, cheap suit, hungry eyes. They'll tell themselves they're different. They always do. Their phone will buzz one night with a message they shouldn't answer, and the cycle will begin again.